Hello and welcome to the kitchen where the guy cooks. I'm Blair Koss. Today we're making the original mac and cheese right out of medieval Europe. This is a fun and playful side dish for my bistro series. What I love about this recipe for your dinner party is that you treat your guests with flavor and fond memories. This is an adult version of the mac and cheese that most of us loved as kids. It originated in medieval Italy, but Thomas Jefferson encountered macaroni and cheese in Paris during his time as ambassador to France in the late 1700s. He imported both macaroni and Parmesan cheese for his use at Monticello. I recommend making this with my braised beef bistro recipe. The flavors work great together. This is another make most of it ahead recipe. Now I strive for this approach so that you can be relaxed and in control when your dinner party guests arrive. For this, you can make up the initial cream, cheese, and pasta in advance, then keep in a final baking dish in the fridge until your guests arrive. Simply heat it up with your main dish. Now let's start by making some breadcrumbs. When I first learned to cook from scratch, fresh breadcrumbs were a mystery. Now I know that it's simple as white bread in a food processor. To make breadcrumbs fresh, just use 2 slices of white bread, put them in a food processor with the regular blade on it. It down. Then it's 10 1-second pulses approximately. You'll see it turn into those familiar breadcrumbs. And this just toasts up so much nicer in the oven as a topping. If you don't have the food processor and you don't have the white bread, the panko breadcrumbs can be substituted for this. They'll make a nice crunchy topping as well. The next step is to boil 2 quarts of water. Add 1 tablespoon of salt to that water. And then 1 pound of elbow macaroni. A bit of a stir and let it come back to boil. We want to cook this till just barely al dente. We want it to still have body because it's going to cook further in the oven later. So don't cook it all the way done. It's been 7 minutes cooking the pasta. I've drained it for 15 seconds. That leaves some moisture on the pasta. We're now going to add 1.5 cups of heavy cream. One cup of grated Parmesan, 1 cup of grated Gruyere, ½ teaspoon of salt. We have our breadcrumbs mixed with Parmesan, and I have 1 tablespoon of olive oil in there to help with browning. I'm going to mix it up with my hands. And this just makes a wonderful topping on top of the noodles and cheese and cream. If you really love topping, you could use another slice of bread or so, maybe more Parmesan. Now is the time to put it into a 425-degree oven on the upper middle rack. It's been 15 minutes in the oven. We're going to pull it out so it can rest. Just beautiful. And now it is time for the tasting. We have Jen, my lovely wife, family food critic and taster.
Hello everybody, welcome back.
Today we have grown-up mac and cheese made French style.
I was probably the only child in North America who hated mac and cheese. But you made me a convert to Brussels sprouts.
Let's see what I can do with this.
Big boy, let's see what you can do with mac and cheese here.
I still only got a B on the Brussels sprouts, so.
It's definitely not Kraft macaroni and cheese, which is good.
We worked awfully hard to avoid that. And the audience awaits.
It is a grown-up version. Definitely it is not Kraft macaroni and cheese. I mean, that's what we grew up with as kids. So definitely a grown-up version. I give it a B.
A B. I
would say if you love mac and cheese, you're going to love this dish.
You know, if you love cheese, cream, and all kinds of goody stuff, you're going to like this.
I'm not a mac and cheese girl personally, but this is not bad. How healthy is this, though?
Well, yeah. I knew I was in trouble with this recipe with this girl because there was no vegetables in here.
He is right.
She would eat salad 7 days a week if I were not here to feed her properly.
Guilty. I'm guilty. But
so yeah, no, there's a cup and a half of heavy cream. There's a cup of one kind of cheese,
so
a cup of another cup of cheese.
And then go Pilates your butt off the following week after eating this. If you love mac and cheese, you're going to love this dish. So good job.
And this goes really well with the beef dish as well. It works. I mean, it's made to work with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Great. Well, thank you, Jen, I guess.
I'm being honest.
and they really appreciate that honesty. I don't get A's all the time. I love to hear from viewers. Please leave a comment on YouTube or my website. You can get this complete recipe at theguyycooks.com. There are many other recipes there as well. There's no advertising, pop-ups, or other annoying distractions.
Except for me.
Thank you for watching. I wish you good health, great cooking, and a memorable meal.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.